So, since the beginning of the new year, Marylanders have a new law, one that's intended to save lives should a fire break out. Um, Joining us to talk about this new law and clear up any confusion is Ryan Jaime from Ackerman Security. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, good to be here with you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
All right, so I know this law has caused some confusion among residents. Can you explain to us what is now required of residents of Maryland?
Yeah, and because smoke alarms in general in my eyes is such a sacred conversation. I'm going to be really direct. I'm actually going to read it so I can be sure
Please.
to articulate exactly what the law is.
Please.
So it says Maryland is the most recent state to require that homeowners, one, replace battery-only operated smoke alarms with units powered by sealed-in, 10-year, long-life batteries with a silence hush feature. Okay, I'm gonna break this down, so don't freak out if you didn't understand what I said, because I'm gonna break it down. Two, upgrade smoke alarm placement in existing residential occupancies to comply with minimum specified standards. These standards vary according to when the building was constructed. So it does say it is never acceptable to remove required hardwired smoke alarms and replace them with any type of battery-only operated device.
Okay. Wow. All right. That's a lot. Help
That
us
is a
break
lot.
it down.
Yeah, so the first thing is your typical traditional hardwired smoke alarms that you've had forever since you got in the home, we leave those alone.
Okay.
If you did have a wireless smoke alarm, they want you to put in a 10-year sealed lithium battery. So essentially, what they're saying is these insurance companies are coming up to these homes in some situations and saying, hey, there was an emergency here, and we noticed that your battery for your smoke was dead. And these insurance companies are finding ways around compensating homeowners in some of these really scary situations.
Yep.
So what they've said, what Maryland has come out, and it's actually the state of Maryland has done this to protect homeowners from their own insurance providers, has said, hey, it's mandatory. You must have a 10-year lithium battery. And so if there's any additional questions, feel free to reach out to us at Ackerman Security. We're answering questions for people over the phone just to help.
Okay, great. And the benefit of these new alarms is just that they last longer, that
Yep.
you don't have to worry about staying on top of the battery?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's just one of those things that you don't ever want to be caught in a situation where, your smoke alarm was non-functioning because of not following these laws. It could cost people's lives. And secondarily, it also could cost you your insurance company choosing not to cover an emergency that they should have and normally would have covered through a traditional policy.
And we all know the cost of an emergency can be horrendous, a fire emergency. Is there any upfront cost, though, that is might prevent people from going out and getting these new alarms?
To be fair, I'm not particularly familiar with how expensive they are. Lithium batteries traditionally may be a touch more expensive, but it shouldn't be anything that's going to take food off the table.
Okay. And what about installing them? Typical same, easy steps to get them on the wall?
Yeah, most commonly very easy. And again, please, anyone that needs help, we want to help everyone comply with this. And so please reach out if there's any help needed.
Okay. How many fire alarms should you have throughout your house?
That's a great question. So depending on the size of the home, each home is zoned differently. I recommend communicating with your builder. I recommend communicating with your local fire department. Usually, depending on the county and the home and the zoning and the size of the home, they will adequately guide you to exactly how many you should have.
Okay, great. What are some other fire safety tips that you have for renters or homeowners, not just in Maryland, but everywhere?
Yeah, that's a great question. So specifically renters, they need to be, a lot of times, if they're renting from a homeowner, oftentimes homeowners that are not present in the home, they might not be as good at keeping up the home that is being rented. So as, being someone that's renting, you have to be very cognitive and conscious of the fact that maybe my homeowner is not keeping up on these laws. He may be for the home he resides in, but he may not be for the home I reside in. So it's important to reach out to the landlord or the homeowner and identify, have you updated this home that I'm renting? And if they haven't, that's something that they should be willing and wanting to cover quickly.
Okay, great. Anything else that you're seeing out there with this new law?
Lots of confusion. No need to. There's no fear. A lot of times when there's confusion, it presents fear for people. Again, don't be fearful of the law. It's something that's been done to protect all of us and make us safer. So at the end of the day, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and hopefully we can shed some more light on how we can better protect homes and families.
Great. And now these new alarms, are they difficult to find at stores or are they readily available alongside the traditional battery ones?
Yeah, it should be, they should be readily available. And
Okay.
I think now that this is being, demanded by the state, I think you'll see more and more people carrying exactly what you need to cover these needs.
Wonderful. Ryan, thank you so much.
Thank you.